Hey, hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is Monster Rancher 2 DX, which I haven't played in a few weeks, so I'm going to be a little rusty. Hello everyone in the chat, Holly, Fenrir Games, Tofa, Lakebane, Angry Drunken German. Did I misspell your name again on the financial report? Wait a second. Wait, did I again write Angry Drunken Gamer? Hold on. I gotta look at my financial report I just did today. For those who don't know, oh, sorry, also Soul, Faufa Fox, Soren Silverheart, Mitch the Reformed Gutter Punk, Jinergy, Grengar the Horrible. If I've missed you, I apologize. For those who don't know, I have a very open channel. Like, all of my finances are out public, so if you ever want to see the financial report, it's on the Patreon. You don't have to be a patron to see it. It's just it used to be on Facebook, but then Facebook got rid of their note system, so I had to put it somewhere else. So I had to put it... I did put on Angry Drunken Gamer. God damn it! I'm gonna have to fix that. Hold on. Here's the financial report, by the way. Hello, Okami. It's a long read. So don't read it now, but, like, buttons it and bookmarks it and there. Hold on. German. There we go. Damn it. Why do I keep doing that? I don't know why. Hi, Kitten Anders. Yeah, Sakamura, it's a slip of the brain. Holy crap, 25 people are watching already? Wow, you guys are awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm PyroFalkon. So to catch you up, just in case you didn't see the last Monster Rancher 2 DX stream, we'll talk about my commentary in that episode very shortly. Are you mentioned in it, Tofa? No, but you're not a patron patron subscriber. Yeah, one of the tiers for Patreon is if you donate at a certain tier, I will thank you personally in the financial reports. So donate and the such. Anybody. So the last time we played, my secondary objective was to get a hopper. I guess I should say my primary objective was to get the hot springs unlocked, and I didn't realize at the time that I needed to be the 4th rank. I have to beat the official B class tournament, which we have not done yet. So we've got a B class hopper, which is necessary, but we froze him, and we will unfreeze him once I hit that breeder rank. But in order to do that, we're going to need a decent monster, and I've been not having very good luck with decent monsters, and now we're too poor to do a no rest. So the goal here is we're going to make our 10th monster, and it has to be a Mochi, a Color Pandora, a Naga, a Hangar, a Monol, or a Hopper, because we will combine our newcomer, whoever they are, with one of the monsters we've already done. So we just need one of those 6 braids, and we're going to try to get as far as possible. So let's hit up the shrine, and I've just been doing random. Hey, Akamura, what was... Never mind. I was going to ask what... Are you sure? Featuring Ty Dolla Sign spelled with a dollar sign acoustic version by Crisscross Amsterdam. That was a whole bunch of words. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, so that's the plan for the day. We're gonna... Of all the times I don't want a pixie. Damn it. Because I want a pixie, but... Oh my god, 206 intelligence? This pixie is so good! Alright. Hold on. Here's what we're gonna do immediately. Someone give me a name for this pixie. Don't forget, we're doing a food theme with all the names. I don't care what the food is. She kind of looks like a can of corn to me. Anyway, someone... huh? What? Patage? Ah, that sounds nice. But yeah, shout out some food in the chat for this pixie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to name her and then freeze her immediately, and then we'll try again. But I don't want to give up this pixie for later. Banna Splits. I like Banna Splits just because it sounds silly. So yeah, Banna Splits. Named by Overlord Zeta. I like that. Banna... I think I can make it fit, too. Wow, I can even put the space in there. Wait, there is no space in this, is there? No, that's fine. Banna Splits. Wow, that's awesome. All right, Banna Splits. We're gonna just immediately freeze you, because we'll play with you later, I promise. I'm either a horrible parent or hoppers don't live that long. Hoppers don't live that long. They are very short-lived. Not as bad as dragons, I think, but they're pretty damn close. They're not good for long life expectancies. In fact, if you're not no-resting a hopper, you probably don't have much of a chance with it, in my opinion. This is going to be the only time I say this phrase, but, like, I don't know the meta, so maybe there is a proper way to do hoppers. But in my experience, if I don't no-rest it, then forget it. It's very hard to get anywhere with them. Clockwise by Dylan Dunlap is a swing and a miss. 2020 by Halftime Old. Oh, God. Yeah, I feel halftime old. Let's see. Reminds me of Mustard Meme. I don't know what Mustard Meme is. As if the eyeball isn't bad enough, I have to see the inside of its gums and teeth. No. No. I don't care what your numbers are. No. 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 All Suezos must die. Clown Ep's brother. I regret to tell you that. Uh-huh. Alright, let's try that again. Settle by Deza. Sundown Mix. Uh-huh. Okay. We're gonna get it. Los Grandes Cantores by Juan Carlos Casas. God damn it. Don't make me say the thing when I can't. Oh, God. What a disaster, since I didn't actually plan ahead for myself. Let's see. Welcome to the world, now get into the freezer. Exactly. We're kind of literally putting her in the fridge. Oh, man. A hair zoom might be kind of cool. No. Oh, his numbers kind of suck anyway. No, we need one of the 6. We need one of the 6, damn it. Ugh. I should have planned ahead. Time Machine by Khalid. Ugh. Alright, so I guess we're generating our 11th monster now, come to think of it. There we get. Wait, you're not a color Pandora, are you? No, he's a worm. The way he... Whoa, those are some good numbers. The way he kind of stood there, I thought that was a color Pandora with a worm sub-braid. Like, he looked segmented when he kind of adjusted himself. My apologies there. The meme is a dude watching a rib he barbecued and saying, "Aw, mustard, don't put no mustard on that." Then that's too much doggone pepper. Is it a TikTok or something? I clearly think I need to see this thing. If you're part of my Discord, there's a Discord down in the... or a link in the video description for my Discord. Go ahead and post it in the meme room there. Try Ruby as the disc name. I think it's a Naga or Gel. Okay. Well, there's a gross gel plant that looks like it's wearing a luchador mask. I can do Ruby. Ruby Grim Eclipse by Aspir? Definitive Edition? Let's see. Pyro, do you plan to enter another monster into one of the competitive tourneys? eventually, the problem... it's a gel. The problem with the competitive tourneys... Oh, and what Angry Drunken German is talking about... So, some of you may know who Mr. Moosebones is. He's a bigger Monster Rancher streamer. And I entered one of his tournaments. Our boy Panini tried his best. Got the crap kicked out of him, but did a little bit of kicking himself. Stop with the Suezo's tits. You know, I will say, anyone who's watching this who wants a quick, like, sampling of some of the CDs... I suppose this could probably do a little bit of help if you're writing these down. Anyway. Yes, I entered that tournament. It was pretty good. It was enjoyable. I wish I'd had more time with Panini because I would have tried to get some of his numbers up a little bit more. But unfortunately, I just ran out of time. And while I would like to, my problem with Monster Rancher is I don't usually have a whole lot of time to specifically train a monster. Because if I'm trying to get one up for the tournament, then I need to no rest it. I need to have the money to no rest it. I have to, you know, even though I don't play to the meta, if I'm going to do a competitive monster, then I'd want to have the time and take the time to do it. And my problem with Monster Rancher, or actually it's not even Monster Rancher itself, I'm very flighty, and I keep changing my mind what kind of game I want to play. Like yesterday, I literally spent about 14 hours playing a game called Mars Horizon, which is crazy stupid fun. There we go. We finally have a winner. Because this is a Hengar. Unless his numbers are garbage. Alright, we'll try him. Give me a name for this guy. This weird green eyeball Hengar thing. Please let me know in the chat. We'll name him and we'll give him a go. Anyway. So, yeah. So, the thing with the tournament is Mr. Moosebones gives me enough time to do it. Like, that was not his fault at all. It wasn't like, he was like, give me a monster by tomorrow. Like, it wasn't like that. But for me, I have trouble sitting down and just playing one game for work, so to speak. And that's what that would be. That would be very much like getting in there, playing as hard as I can, doing as much as I can, as quickly as possible, and then getting it uploaded and all that. And that's just work. And I don't like playing that way. So, when I play games for 14 hours at a time like yesterday, that's by whim. And a game that really grabs my attention. But with Monster Rancher, I just haven't been trying that hard. But in general, yes, I would not mind entering another tournament like that. In fact, if I could submit one of the monsters we already have, then I'd be good to go. Alright, so we've got Lime, Brock, Pickle, Lime Slime, Asparagus, Cell. Monditz, I think, came in a bit late. We're going with food themes for Brocky. I like Brocky. Brussels sprout, spinach, kiwi. Mecha Brocco? Ah, I like Mecha Brocco. Kale. Oh, God. Veggiebot? Kale is a nice name. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Let's go with Kale. Let's go with Kale. So, thank you to Grengar the Horrible for that name. Kale. If the Akamura was on mic, she would be going, ugh, every time we said the word Kale. Alright, who's a Wasm? You're a Wasm. Let's do a hard save. Especially since we have that, Pixie in there. Alright. Alright, Kale. Let's see how your data looks. What moves do you have? 745 points total. That's so low. Good Nature likes Tablet. That's helpful. Only the 2 moves. Kind of equal power and intelligence. We gotta get his life up immediately or he's gonna get the crap kicked out of him. 745. How much does our Let's see, can I access the lab even though... Analyze. Oh, no. Revive? I just want to see the... Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to see the monsters in there. Alright, I'm going to freeze Kale for a second so we can look at... I'm going to look at the other hangar and see what I'm dealing with. Noodles. Yeah, Noodles only made it 2 years, 10 months, and I only had a total of 1,500 points. Okay. Yeah. Primarily skill. Okay. Yeah. So we should shoot for the same relative numbers that you're seeing here. So highest skill, and then power, and then life, and then intelligence, and then speed, and then defense. So we'll work on accuracy first. Alright. Alright, well. No. Lab. Revive. Kale. Not delaying my microphone, am I? No. Good. Okay. I have a definitive answer for milk for young monsters. Oh yeah, go ahead. Let me have that information. Because what Lakebane is referring to is that I had always been told, or I saw somewhere, I should say, that you're supposed to feed milk to baby monsters, and then when they physically get bigger, you put them on whatever the other diet is. But then I think I looked up the actual information, and the age of your monster has nothing to do with what you feed them, so you just feed them whatever from birth, from what I gather. I have captions on? Oh, good. Because 2 streams ago, we had the birth of Princess Flukenshoe because of some nonsense I blathered at some point. Alright, work on your skill, buddy. Yes, do it. Don't sass me. Oh, my god, I forgot about the animation for, Okay. Well, this is good. Wiggle, wiggle. Alright, yeah, this is what he's predisposed to. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. This is what we need to keep him on for a bit. Okay, so... so the first thing we're going to talk about today is what I talked about last time, by the way. Because the last time I streamed, I talked about my impending retirement, or at least what I had been considering for retirement. My mentality hasn't fully changed. Like, the reasons that led to me talking about retirement have not changed. And what it is to, like, the short version of it is that I'm frustrated that I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years and YouTube is not paying the bills. That's the long and short of it. So, if I remember right, cup jelly makes you fat, but it's the second best, so we can go with cup jelly. A monster in its first life stage always likes milk unless stated otherwise in the dislike box. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So, it's less that you should feed it to them, it's more that that's what gets their loyalty up quickly. Which would make sense. But then for Kale, since Kale specifically dislikes milk, we should not give it to him. But we can't afford tablets, so he's just going to have to friggin' deal with cup jellies. Anyway. So yeah. So last stream I talked about Oh! Hot damn, Kale! Okay. So I talked about retirement. I've changed my mind since then. But it's not that it's because I'm suddenly gassed back up about having all the confidence in the world doing this job. It's sort of the opposite. Like, what it's come down to is I feel like I can't leave. Because there are too many people who are actually depending on what I do, and that what I do is entertaining enough that I should keep it up. I mean, you know, when you're good at a job, it's probably best to stick it out. So, that's where I'm at. I'm still extremely frustrated and tired and upset, maybe just frustrated, that I don't have the answer to what I need to do. There are a ton of suggestions. There are a ton of things that I know I don't do that might help my cause, like Facecam. Facecam is a massive thing. As I've said before, the Game Grumps have proved you don't need Facecam to make it, but it does seem like not using Facecam is a much harder path. I don't chase trends, which is a harder path. I don't clickbait my titles, which is a harder path. I am not as good with thumbnails as I could be, which is a harder path. So all these decisions I've made, and some of the red lines, so to speak, that I won't cross, does damage my ability to succeed on YouTube. But, you know, there's a mental calculation about how much longer I can force myself to do it without the financial success behind me. But on the other hand, when I started YouTube, it was never meant to be a business, and it only became a business when I hit 1,000 subscribers and could turn monetization on in the first place. So there is an argument to be made that I should shut the hell up and just have fun with YouTube again, and maybe that will help. But you know, I don't know, man. Right now I'm tired, but it's not so much burnout, and there's not really a lot I can do about it. Because, like, yeah, I could take a break, but I don't think that would really help me. It certainly wouldn't help the channel succeed. It would put me in a slightly better mental place, but then I'm not even earning as much money, so I'm kind of in a catch-22. But regardless, I'm almost certainly going to be out of money this year, 2022, without some sort of miracle. If Mr. Beast comes along and gives me 10 grand, then I'll be alright, but short of that, I'll need to re-enter the conventional workforce, and that means things will change on the channel. I don't know what that entails yet, but what I think would happen, the first step is the streams are going to have to go away, and ooh. Huh. I haven't seen that fail in a while. So, you know, I'll do my best. Now that I've made the decision not to retire, you know, that does not mean the channel can operate like this forever. There will almost certainly be changes this year. But for now, for this moment, for early January, nothing's going to change at least for a couple months. We'll reevaluate at that point. Plus, I'm going to have to pay money in taxes, so there's going to be a lot of outgoing cash in a few months as well. So, you know, I don't know how long I can keep going, but we'll figure it out. And I'll try to be more public about that, whether in my Discord or just blathering like this. When changes are in the works to be made, I will try to voice them. Because when I did my retirement thoughts, I didn't voice that, and that was doing all of you a disservice. So it was basically festering in my mind for 2 months, and I was just like, well, guys, time to wrap it up, and that probably was not helpful, especially because not everyone goes to the Discord and sees my random thoughts about it, so it was probably out of the blue for many of you. Anyway. Alright, catching up. Somehow missed the notification. Hello, Cassidy. Thank you for joining the stream. You have not missed much. This is Kale. He's our new Hengar, and he will be our primary for a bit. We don't have enough money to no-rest him, which is fine. His goal is to just become relatively competitive, and then we'll combine him with our previous Hengar, whose name eludes me. Noodles. His name was Noodles. And that monster will probably wind up no-resting and should get us to the A class. But we'll burn that bridge when we get there. And I'm not going to have the time to do all that in a single stream. This is going to be a relatively short stream, maybe a few hours. Because ideally, I'm going to record Spore tonight, at least one episode, so we have some content for tomorrow. If I don't do it, then we're going to have nothing for tomorrow, which is also fine. You know, I don't know. the last few weeks have been very weird, and I've wound up cutting back just because of holiday plans and all that, and depression. So, things are a little bit calmer now, but I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Hey, Mark, enjoy YouTube as a hobby. What nonsense. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I'm trying not to be a prick about it, but things did change once I started seeing some money from this, so then it became, you know, a job, and once it became a job, then there's other nonsense that I have to deal with it. You do it your way or there's no point? Yeah. I mean, yeah, but we still are all slaves to the YouTube algorithm and just general. Because, you know, there are plenty of people who hate me, especially in the Monster Rancher community. There's plenty of people who hate that I'm casual, or they hate my voice, or they hate what I do, or they hate my jokes, or they hate whatever. Because I got, you know, I've got hundreds or thousands of dislikes across my videos, so it's not like I'm universally loved. However, you know, I do my best, so for whatever that's worth to people. Reminds me of gaming as a hobby, so stress-free. Also me screams in rage when he dies 20 times from software games. Yeah, I feel ya. I don't know. That's why yesterday I spent all day playing Mars Horizon, because it's just a phenomenal game. I really, really love it, and I just needed a day where my only thought was building rockets in a much easier and forgiving environment than Kerbal Space Program. Let's see. Yeah, I do have plenty of likes. This is true. And it's hard to I mean, I'm like most people, I focus on the negative rather than the positive. I'm definitely better. Early in the career, one dislike would cause me to question whether I was on the right track. Like the very first time I got a dislike was really disheartening and painful, and now it's not really that big of a deal. Actually, especially now that I've realized that as far as YouTube's algorithm goes, dislikes help videos. So, you know, fuck it. Hit that dislike button if you absolutely need to. Just, you know, just don't hit nothing is basically what I need. 50 chickens. Hello, you can do what you gotta do. If you need to head back to the normal workforce, there's no shame in it. Yeah. Intellectually, I know that, but emotionally, it's me consigning myself to failure. And that is my problem. That I'm like, you know, just, ugh. Just, ugh. It makes me feel like a failure. Whether I am or not, you know, it's because I also recognize that if someone else was in my shoes, then I would be trying to give them the same advice. Like, you know, do what you got to do, get back to it, try to keep it fun, you know, etc. But like when it's me, then it's very hard for me to take my own advice. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. You always become what you hate. The only solution is to not hate. That's nice. I don't know how much of that I could be, but that is a nice nice sentiment. All right, we got his accuracy up. Now we've got to get his life up because 80 some odd hit points are not going to get us very far. Pyro, I've had a woman tell me today she's going to put repeated complaints in about me until I go bald from stress. What? Wow. Wow. You know, I want to participate in a tournament and fight next week. No, fuck off. Yeah, I couldn't do your job, Mark. Retail was bad enough trying to deal with some of the general public. Did that say I get the +1 from doing the run also? Is he predisposed to life points as well? That'd be awesome. Yes, Kale, the Akamura's Bane. I don't know where she is. She was in here for a minute, and then she ran off. She's not going to be on mic. She's very busy today. We're doing We're doing the usual stuff of being poor people in the start of a new year, which is applying for health insurance and that kind of thing. I've already done mine, but she's still got to do hers. But I am interested to know her. Wow, he does have the +1. I'm interested to know her view on Kale here. Let's see. Fenrir Games? Oh. Oh, caught up. Okay, got it. Alrighty. So, this is what our plan is. We're going to try to get past the E-class as soon as possible. Oh, no. You didn't twist an ankle, did you, Kale? Okay. 46 loyalty isn't great, but it could be worse. Are we... I think the chat is plotting against the Karen that Mark had to deal with today. I wonder if there are any Karens who are self-aware that they're Karens. Oh, he's grown up already. Yep, he's grown up already. Alright, when is the next... let's do a battle. Let's test him for next week. Okay. We'll see if we can get through this. Why do robots need to eat? Maybe he has an organic stomach. Maybe he's made of, like, a few organic parts. What's that called? Cyborgs? Oh, yeah, cybernetic organisms. So, yeah, maybe he's a cyborg rather than just a robot. I don't know. All right. I love Heracix's little portrait. Oh, crap, I'm yawning. No, don't yawn. That's bad. That's bad professionalism. Coffee. And I have some Pepsi. Alright, so low kick is a 75% chance to hit. Punch is a 75% chance to hit. Low kick does more, costs more guts. Probably does more damage. And from what I gather, the trick is, as always, 99 guts or confusion. I saw he was confused a minute ago, but I was too busy clicking to take advantage of it. Okay, so kick is definitely a better hit. More damage. Wow, that is such a swift soccer kick. It's amazing. There we go. Suck it. Yeah, maybe Hengar's run on biofuel. That works. I'm good with that. Okay. Yep, consolation prize, whatever. As long as we win this, that means our boy is going to have a pretty decent shot at the official. Heracix might be a little bit of a problem because of his life points, but I don't think he's going to be that much of a threat. Okay, my leg went to sleep and now it's waking up and it hurts. Pins and needles. Wait, I only did that little amount of damage? Oh no! Oh, Kale. We've got problems, buddy. Ow, ow. Ow, leg. Ow. Oh god, why? Oh, there we go. That was a solid shot. Was it because my guts were so low? Maybe there's a minimum guts I should be, even if they go into confusion. That's one thing. I know the more guts you have, the more accurate you are, and I think the more damaging you are, so... That's why when you play casually and single player especially, you just want to get to 99 guts before attacking. There we go. Alright, yep. This is good. We'll have to get power up after this, but accuracy is solid, so we're doing okay. Anything above 70% is good. My English skills are bad today? What? What happened? It's okay. It's okay, Genergy. Alright, 900 bucks is not bad. That basically paid for a year of his... Or 6 months? 6 months of cup jelly. Oh, I can't... Whoa, I've got too many items? Let's huck the disc chips. No, wait. Mint leaf or... Because these are going to be cheaper, so get rid of the mint leaf. Yup, you did good, buddy. Oh, my leg. Okay. Hey, let's... You know, it's week 4 anyway. Go ahead and rest. Should increase its power. Yes, that will be the next priority after getting hit points up to 150. Because, 112 hit points is not going to take me very far. Hi, the Akamura. Are you coming back out? Well, you want to see Kale real quick? That's Kale. Yeah, you can speak in the mic.
Thanks, I hate it.
Right? That was Grengar the Horrible who named him.
Thanks, I hate it.
Well, we're not putting him in a 5-foot deep hole, Akamura. We're not putting the dirt on him when he's in a 5-foot hole. He's gonna win us some tournaments. He already won us a tournament. Oh, Holly reminded me. Yes, we have a new Monster Rancher roleplay today. Hold on. I'm gonna get the direct link here. So I'm posting this link in the chat. So that leads to a poll, and the poll is for part 17 of our Monster Rancher story, where we have some very important decisions to make today. Whether to kick the mayor or not. Let's see. Life, defense, power life, defense life. Let's go with power life. Just for now. We'll do 2 heavies and then a rest. Kale is not the worst monster I've seen in this. Oh no, not by a flippin' long shot. We've had some really bad, disgusting creatures that we have spawned, so it's fine. Alright, come on, buddy, do better. You're an adult now. You should be able to pull the stones or whatever. Who's the worst, Rudy? I wouldn't say Rudy. There's like a... What's the thing with the pointed butt? Arrowhead. There's an arrowhead that has a fucking weird face. Like, it's an arrowhead sumo wrestler. It is really bad. I wound up spawning it when I was doing my testing of the game, but didn't save it, but it did show up on Reddit. So it does exist. It's horrifying. I think everyone who looks at it immediately hates it. Toast was the worst with the googly eyes. Yeah, hoppers are pretty gross. Alright, so we're good to go here. Let's do the battle. What with the battle and such? Sumopian? Maybe. Sumopian. Oh, hey, Silent Hawk. It's been a while. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what its name was. I just wanted it to die. That's... now that Very and Silent Hawk have said its name, you can Google that thing. I wouldn't recommend it. It's gonna give you nightmares. Jello Suezo is going to give Pyro nightmare. Yeah, that one's pretty bad too. Hate it. Hate all of them. That's fine. Kale, you still need a lot more hit points to get much further. You're going to need a lot more hit points in the D class. Maybe we should just stick with that particular heavy training so we can get power and life at the same time. Because he's not going to need that much life overall. Alright, go get him. Good dodge. Get him. 47, not bad. Man, he's gotten a bit lucky with his attacks. Up. Well, time to spam anyway. Kick. Ha. Yeah, suck it, Heracix. As long as friggin' Oakley Man doesn't one-shot us, we should be okay. Friggin' Oakley Man. Hopefully he loses out and then we... Hey! He lost to Leon. Perfect. Would I retire Oakley Man? I wish I could burn Oakley Man. Kale or Leon just tapped out, so that's good. Color Pandoras. Color Pandoras are interesting. Like, some of them are very cute, and some of them are very not cute. I love Panini. He's my boy. I'll be honest, when we were doing random monsters, I was kind of hoping we wouldn't get a Color Pandora, because then... If we had, then Panini would have been on the block to be combined and lost. So now he gets to hang around for a bit more. Maybe I should just wait until I'm at like at least 80 guts, even if they get confused. Kale is taking more shots than I really want him to take, too. But I haven't been keeping a close eye on just how even the RNG has been. I'll hold off. I'll wait. We want to stay inside his lick range. So, yeah, because that Tail Assault, we can take that a couple times. Alright, spam him, Kale. Good. Again. Good. Good. Okay, well done. Pyro, Cole told me that my first monster isn't sharp anymore and should consider retiring it. But somehow its stats increase a lot with a B rank. Should I retire my first monster or not? I mean, that's always a decision that you kind of have to make. Like, there's no easy answer to that. For this run, I've been retiring monsters immediately when Colt gives the retirement warning. However, you usually have at least a few months. So... and also depending on whether you're willing to save scum, like you just save every month, and then when the monster finally dies, you can re-roll, or you can load your save, and then freeze them from there. I have not been very pushy, but part of the reason I haven't been very pushy is because I know the monsters aren't going to get me that far, and I want to make more monsters and combine monsters. So, because that's my strategy, I also don't need to push it very hard. If I was doing a no rest and I was close to beating the game, or if I had a bunch of golden peaches or something like that, that'd be different. I would probably push it at that point. But for your very first monster, I'd retire them a little quickly, unless like you really want to maximize their numbers for breeding. Let's see. Oakley Man hit harder by guts correction now that the AI doesn't try to stock 45 guts anymore. That's a good point. Somapion is a big nope. I fully agree with you, Cassidy. Let's see. Have I ever used a Jill? I can't remember. What's a Jill? That sounds familiar, but I don't remember what they are. Tournament stat boosts aren't affected by lifespan. That is correct. Hello, Deckweed. Thank you for joining the stream. And Kitty, thank you for joining the stream. So you don't breed them to new, stronger ones. I mean combined. Like, when I play on my own, I do. For the sake of the runs on YouTube, I like just having more monsters to work with. Just because I get your names, and it's fun to see what we create. But, yeah, when it's time to push to actually beat the game, we'll need to start combining more. Which is why Kale here exists. We will be combining Kale with Noodles when Kale is ready to retire. And then hopefully we'll have a pretty damn good Hangar to work with. And hopefully by that point I can no-rest the newbie Hangar. And then we'll be in really good shape. Come on, spam, 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 spam. Yes, kick him in his stupid mashed potato mouth. Yeah, fuck you, Oakley man. Die. Literally. Just die. Nobody likes you. Anyway. Jill is the Yeti thing? Oh, then I haven't raised one because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't... Like, my brain was just, like, doing a Google image search in itself, and I'm like, nope, don't know what a Jill is. Hopper Jill is honestly worse than a Sumopian? Oh, God. Alright, good job, Kale. Did I get my hot springs yet? No, I got half of what I need. I do have a hopper at the B class, which is part of it, but we also have to be rank 4, and rank 4 means we have to beat the official B class with some monster, and I don't have that yet, so I'm not sure if Kale can do it, but we're going to get Kale up there, and then Kale can combine with Noodles, and then that monster will almost certainly be able to get there. Oakley Man is kind of bad, too. What the fuck is that monster? Yeah, he's just a pile of mashed potatoes. I don't like Gaboos. They hit really hard, and they have high life, and I just hate them. They look gross. Yes, I needed rank 4, and I think we're rank 3 at the moment, which was the whole problem. Let me see. Because I've not beaten... Yeah, we're still grade 3. I have not beaten the official B class yet with any monsters, unfortunately. And I think our hopper was getting old, which is why I just decided to freeze him rather than trying to push that. Because I thought that would wind up not working out too well for me. Alright, nuts oil to you. That way you can keep going for a little bit. I bought this game on Switch. Oh my god, I love it so much. Yeah, Monster Rancher is awesome. It's really cool to be able to share this with people who, you know, didn't grow up with them. It occurred to me that, like, a lot of the people who are currently playing Monster Rancher 2 Deluxe were born after the game came out. Because the game came out 22 years ago. And I know there are a lot of people younger than 22 who are discovering it, which is great. Y'all know me, or most of you know me. I'm not a gatekeeper, so I really like it when more people are exposed to the game, because that's just good. The more people... See, here's my thing. Oh, thank you for the donation, Holly. $10. I really appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Hugs, Pyro. I could use a hug. I could use a big old group hug right now, believe me. But yeah, part of the reason why I'm not a gatekeeper is, like, if all of you buy this game, you know, and not just you, but, like, if the greater gamer whatever buys this game, then that further increases the chance that they're going to remake, or re-release or whatever 4 and Evo and 3. And I'm like, hell yes. If 4 gets remade and gets a worldwide release, Europe is going to go insane because Europe has never had Monster Rancher 4. It's an American-only game. So the only way you could have ever played Monster Rancher 4 if you're not in the US is emulating it, and you'd have to know how to emulate it with an American console. I mean, American console settings. So, yeah, I really hope they remake 3, 4, and Evo. For me personally, I'm looking forward to Evo more, because Evo is my favorite. But that said, if they remake 4, we're doing another run of 4 on this channel, period. It's that was the game that put me on the map. So if they remake 4, and there has not been any word, I don't know if they're going to do it. They haven't said a word about it. But when they re-released this game last year, they had said, that's in 2020, it was going to be Japan only. And there were so many people on the American side who wanted them to release it here that they were finally like, sure, let's release it in America. And it has sold really well. So, do we know if these games sold well at all? Well, they've certainly been profitable. Like, Monster Rancher wasn't and never would be Call of Duty. You know what I mean? But, like, as far as whether Monster Rancher has sold well enough for Konami to take notice, they've taken notice. They have taken notice. And the community is nice and strong for Monster Rancher in general. So I am... It's also why I have always been confident that there will be a Monster Rancher 6 before we die. And what has always caused me pause is, what is a Monster Rancher 6 going to look like? But I still think there will be one. But at least in the meantime, if they want to keep making Monster Rancher remakes, I mean, I'm not going to say no. Hell yeah, keep up with the Monster Rancher remakes. I bought this on both Switch and PC to help grease the wheels of a 3 and 4 eagerly. See, that's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't recommend that for everybody because, money, but if you can afford it, like, seriously, buy copies for yourself, buy copies for your friends, buy copies for your neighbors. I didn't buy it. I should have said that at the top of the show because I'm legally obligated to. Tecmo Koei sent me this copy for free. Good, very good for that from them. I appreciate it. But like, yeah, buy copies. I did wind up buying a copy for a friend of mine, one of our mods, because it was an early Christmas present, basically. So yeah, I've done a little part for myself. Hopefully we can see more re-releases. That'd be awesome. Also, even if 3 gets released, I will probably not redo 3. Because 3 is kind of the redheaded stepchild of the Monster Rancher universe. It's okay. It is decidedly okay. But if 3 and 4 were to come out in a pair, like they did 1 and 2, I will redo 4 for the show. It'll be the 3rd run. I mean, that's fine. I've done 4 runs of Evil Genius, and I intend to do 4 runs of Evil Genius 2, so friggin' whatever, right? God. How can I retire when there's so much stuff I need to cover? Let's see. They are on iPad. Yes, they are on... Wait, they're on the PS4? I didn't know about the PS4. I knew Steam, and I know they made or will make mobile ports, and that's going to help a lot. That's why these buttons are so big, by the way, because you can easily see yourself holding a phone in landscape and just thumbing the buttons to press the back or the OK or the whatever. So, yeah, man. I don't know if they could do that with 4 so much, but remember the 3 and 4 were PlayStation 2 games, so technology has definitely come a long way. I'm certain a decent Android could emulate a PS2 without problems. Doesn't 3 make you watch your monster leave this world? Yes, you cannot retire a monster in 3. In 3, they will die. They just get turned into like a heart candy, and then you feed the heart candy to your next monster, and then that's how you breed. So they just kind of absorb the numbers, which is fine, but not all that entertaining. Also, Monster Rancher 3 is probably the easiest one of the series, and I know that there are a lot of people who don't like it for that reason. It's very easy to beat Monster Rancher 3 with your second or third monster, or even your first monster, without trying that hard. So, it loses something. It loses something. 4 gets back to the whole combining and tournaments thing, and it works a little bit better. Lol, you can do a redo of the Pixie run if it does and make it fully 4 runs. I could do a redo of the Pixie one. I did have someone suggest a different breed, because like I love Nagas, so an all Naga run would be interesting, because we would also go through a lot of them since they don't live very long. It's certainly an idea. I don't know whether I'll do it. You know, I'm trying not to think too far ahead about Monster Rancher 4 when they haven't even announced it yet. But you never know, right? I mean, maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe they'll come out tomorrow and be like, "Look, we're gonna do Monster Rancher 4. Everyone, just gird your loins, because shit's about to get real." And then Koei Tecmo is gonna have $1 billion to work with. Let's see. Both on iOS, they just don't want to put them on iOS. Wait, what? Oh, Darkest Dungeon and FTL. I see. I thought you were talking about Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher Evo remake would be interesting to see happen, given how controversial it was. Yeah. See, I don't see them doing it, but I hope they do it. Because most people hate Evo, and Evo is just my favorite because it feels like you're on an actual adventure. That's what I loved about it. And there aren't really tournaments in that, which some people didn't like, but I was okay with it, because as interesting as the tournament system is, it does get a little samey when you do it too much. So, you know, it is what it is. Opinions are just that, you know? Because I know, like, most people friggin' can't stand Evo, and I get it. Like, did I turn off the sound? Oops. Most people can't stand Evo, and I get it. Like, one of the biggest complaints about Evo is the fact that there is interactive training. You don't just tell your monster, go train. You have to set up their training program, and then you play a rhythm-based mini-game, and that gets annoying, too, over the course of a full campaign. However, I find it more fun. But, again, for people watching or playing for the classic Monster Rancher experience, I can see where it would be bad. And I also think part of the reason why Evo didn't sell so well is because, again, if you remember, first of all, it only came out in the US. And second of all, it was called Monster Rancher Evo. It wasn't called Monster Rancher 5, which tells you that Koei Tecmo, somebody in their... someone who's a shot caller in the company, didn't really have faith in the product, first of all. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, I waited too long. Whoops. Evo is like Pokemon? No. But, like, okay, well, I'll answer that question when I finish my thought. But, anyway, so Evo came out. They called it Evo. It was Monster Farm 5 in Japan. And somewhere along the line when it came to America, they had so little faith in it, they called it Evo here for the US, which was stupid. So that immediately told me that Koei Tecmo had no faith in it. But then it also came out 6 months after the 360 had come out and 6 months before the PlayStation 3 had come out, or however that works out. It was one of the last games of the PlayStation 2 before the PlayStation 3 came out. So because of that, none of the journalists were covering it, because who's gonna, why would you spend any amount of time covering this niche title that historically doesn't sell that well, instead of this new hardware that's coming out and the new generation that has come out. So, like, business-wise, they just didn't do well with it, and then when it didn't sell, Koei Tecmo was like, well, guess it couldn't be helped, and then they just didn't do anything with it. So that, I think, was the mistake. If Koei had treated Evo with more respect, I think it would have done well. But they didn't. So, you know, that's where we're at. So if they remake it and actually try and give it a little hype, then it'll do okay. I hope. Anyway, to Kitty, is it like Pokemon? Not really. It's still got... It's mainly an adventure. That's the thing with Evo. The storyline is dumb and not worth me getting into. I mean, it's not dumb. It's just, it's fine. It's whatever. But rather than being like, you're a trainer and you're just trying to go through these ranks, you're a dude who, for whatever reason, joins the circus. I forget why. And the circus trains their monsters to perform tricks, which is your fighting abilities. That's how they earn their money. But they go town to town, and then they're like, they put on a show, but before they can put on a show, the townspeople are having problems. So you have to go through a dungeon, which is handmade instead of a random dungeon. You go through a dungeon, and you beat a boss, and you solve their problem, and then you go back to the town, and they're like, thank you! You solved our problem of the missing whatever. And now we have enough time to watch your show. And then you put on a show, and then that's the equivalent of a tournament, but it isn't actually a fight. And then you move on to the next town. So that's the gameplay loop. It's very different and very weird, but it still feels more like you're playing a more standard RPG than Monster Ranchers 1 through 4, which I argue are more sports simulators than they are like RPG adventure type games. Didn't like where that tongue went. So, because if you break it down, Monster Ranchers 1 through 4, you're just a dude. I mean, I guess less so with 4, but certainly with 1, 2, and 3, you're just a dude, and you're just raising monsters to go up the ranks. And that's it. There, you know, you've got your side shit. Like, there's a whatever, and Holly's going to help you deal with it. And you go on an expedition, and you got some weird dude who's threatening you, and you kick his ass. But ultimately, it's a sports simulator. You're the coach. You're training your athletes. Eventually, they have to retire. So you go draft a new athlete, and you start training them, and so on. So it's a different gameplay loop. It's just more of a sports game. You know, so Evo was so different that it really threw people for a loop, and it wasn't, it didn't get very much advertising. So those two facts combined, the game kind of didn't do very well. Let's see. How did Evo sell in Japan? I don't know, but not very well, because Japan had the same kind of problems. I mean, Evo was very different, which didn't help, and they didn't have to worry about the 360, but the PS3 was coming out in 6 months. So, you know, they didn't care. Like, again, it's the problem is it's always been a niche game. So if even half the people don't buy it, then, you know, you're kind of dicked. Like, because, like, okay, here's a good example, since I always compare myself to him, and I can already hear Soul, like, being upset with me, but think about it like this. For me, if half of you guys didn't show up, I'd probably be in single-digit views. How many views do I have right now? 51. Holy shit, you guys are awesome. Okay, so, well, that's actually even better. So most of my shows, most of my streams get about 30 viewers maximum at a time, right? So, so I can't lose any of you because just like 26 people is still a ton of people for me. But then if you get to fucking Markiplier, if he loses 26 people in a given stream, he's not even going to feel it because he's working on a different scale. So it's similar to that with Monster Rancher, that they already can't lose that many people to other games because there aren't that many people playing it in the first place. They need to hold on to every single customer they have. And so then you come out with Evo, which is immediately divisive before you even get into the fact that the PlayStation 3 was coming out. And all of a sudden, most Monster Rancher players could not care less, and you don't have enough people otherwise to absorb how many you lose. Does that make sense? The point is it's a business decision, which sucks. Capitalism sucks. Because ideally we should all just have... everyone gets everything for free. There, I've solved the world's problems. Everyone gets everything for free. Yes, I do sell a different product than Markiplier. I agree with that. I blather more, and I'm way more low energy. Evo sold better in Japan than it did here. That doesn't surprise me. If I remember right, Monster Rancher was bigger over in Japan, period, than it ever was over here. I think part of the problem was Monster Rancher came out at a time when monster games were huge, and Monster Rancher had to compete with Pokemon and Digimon and Everymon, and like Everymon is not a thing. I'm making it funny. So like here in America, Pokemon just won. Like it just won. Whether you're talking about its marketing strategy or the design of its monsters or its gameplay loop or whatever, Pokemon just straight up won over here. So it was very difficult for any other game to try to take down that throne or try to even approach the throne. And so Monster Rancher was just like, you know, it was already niche, and then it became more niche, and then it kind of ostracized its fan base. And Koei Tecmo was like, we're Koei Tecmo, we'll just make another Dead or Alive. And so, or Dynasty Warriors. And that was that, you know? Blossoms Falling, hello, and thank you for the donation. The lesson is that making art a business means that people don't get to do anything experimental, which sucks. 100% yes, I could not have put it better myself. And that applies for YouTube, that applies for music, it applies for movies, it applies for writing, it applies for literally everything. As soon as you make something a business and you have to start worrying about the dollars and cents, then it's very difficult to try to do something new. And as a YouTuber, I can also cite that because, you know, as I just said, I'm doing double the numbers I usually do with Monster Rancher versus other games. And because of that, ideally, I should only do Monster Rancher or Evil Genius. And YouTube's algorithm rewards you for over-specializing, but as a creator, at least in my case, that shit drives me insane. I cannot be just one thing. I cannot just play one type of game. It will make me crazy. That's why a lot of the super popular Let's Players got super popular off one game, especially Minecraft. And then once you start to branch out, not everyone's going to follow you for that. And that's true for me. I mean, like I said, we've got, 51 people watching now. But on Sunday, when I did Mars Horizon, I think we capped out at like 12. You know, which it doesn't make me bitter, but I am a little saddened that, like, I don't have more... I'm saddened that I don't have Monster Rancher numbers on every stream. But that's not... It wouldn't be fair to expect that because that happens to literally everyone. And I mean literally everyone. Again, Markiplier, he can get 1 million views per video, but when he does FNAF, he's going to get closer to like 5 million, 10 million. Like, because Markiplier is the FNAF guy as much as I'm the Monster Rancher guy. And, you know, sometimes that economic has to be factored into what games we do. Unfortunately, especially when we're paying our bills. So, it's, believe me when I say it's annoying. That's why, you know, everyone should get everything for free is just what we should do, and then all of us can focus on the art. Wait, that's it. Artists should get everything for free. There we go. If you're a content creator or a writer or a musician, you get everything for free. There we go. Then we'll have a ton of art, and the world will be a better place. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna work. That's what I'll. Pyro for president 2024. Vote for me, and I'll turn the U.S. into a communistic state for artists. Also, free ponies for everybody. I stole that joke from Tom Scott. Anyway, yeah, man, it is what it is. So often, you know, again, as a content creator, I'm stuck in this position where I'm like, do I make a video that I know is going to get 150 views, or do I make the video of a game that I would rather play instead of Monster Rancher? But, you know, like, it's great when there are days like this where it lines up properly and I'm feeling Monster Rancher, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's start working on his accuracy some more. Alright, and we should also keep our eyes open for any errantry. Do you guys know even more games like Monster Rancher ones? There's another good one I will recommend on Steam. It's inexpensive. I've done a video of it. I don't remember if I received it for free, but I think I did. So understand that in the context of my recommendation. But it's called Dragon Creek. It wasn't 100% finished when it was declared finished, if that makes sense. It was done by one person, and the developer had additional plans, but for whatever reason, they ran out of time or money or something, and they couldn't finish everything they wanted to finish. So they finished what they could, I think, and then released it as the final release. But yeah, it's called Dragon Creek. It's very good. I was going to do a full run of it after it came out, but like, it came out right when a Monster Rancher or something or an Evil Genius, something had just come out. And I wasn't able to fulfill the promise because, again, of a business decision. I couldn't give the game coverage like I promised or should have. But, you know, it is what it is. So, but hopefully I can recommend it to you this way. None of those are good. Stick with shoot. Yeah, Dragon Creek. Very good game. It's an indie title. It's like $15. I think. It's very, very good. Have I heard of Thrive? It's supposed to be the spiritual successor to Spore? Really? Is that on Steam? Because if it's on Steam... If it's on Steam, I'd be definitely willing to check that out for a streaming Sunday or something. Because Spore's the shit. Oh, yeah. For those of you who are interested in Spore, Spore will be back either tomorrow or Friday. I don't know which. Kind of depends on how long this goes. If this doesn't... Like, my original plan was to only stream a couple hours so I'd have enough time to do some episodes of Spore, but I'm also having a lot of fun, so who cares? Maybe I'll take tomorrow off. Or maybe I just won't do any content tomorrow, and I'll record tomorrow, which means you would have it Friday and Saturday. Anyway. Yeah, Kale's a big beefy boy now. And he's gathering accuracy very quickly. Monster Seed. Yes, someone recommended Monster Seed to me, and I looked it up, and it's apparently very weird and very divisive. Someone, like, I saw a reviewer basically say that Monster Seed was the worst RPG that has ever existed. And the more I read about it, the more I'm like, it's not that bad. It can't be that bad. Even if it's janky or whatever. It sounded interesting. That one's been deconstructed too, though. Like, you can find guides on GameFAQs.com or GameFAQs.com, however you pronounce that, and you can completely deconstruct that game. Which, again, if you find that fun, you know, more power to you. But, I don't know, I think that takes some of the magic out of it. Let's see. I like to save and binge good games like Spore. Hey, there you go. Yeah, Spore's a good game. Yeah, we'll definitely bring it back. Like I want to bring it back. And it's only on hiatus because I've been busy and trying to get things done. In fact, my newest strategy is to I'm starting to use my phone as a quest list. And I was able to check off a very big task today, getting that financial report done. So that's what I've been up to today. Just trying to get shit done today. Hello, Lord English. Thank you for joining the stream. They never got to a point where you could breed dragons. I assume you mean Dragon Creek. But they did add more trainings, fix the combat to be balanced, and have a massive amount of possible dragons. Okay, cool. Yeah, so... Yeah, I did remember hearing that the developer was not able to finish everything they wanted to finish, which is a little disappointing, but I mean, that's always the price you pay or the risk you take when you're dealing with indie games, especially that are in early access. Like, you never know, man, and the best of intentions. I mean, everyone always starts a project with the intention of finishing it, and you can tell when there's a lot of love in a project. And those are always the saddest when they stop because you always know that it's almost always a financial thing. Like, because all that shit takes money and time, which is money. And eventually something's got to give. And I even feel bad that I don't play other games for pleasure like I should. Like, I should be playing Final Fantasy XIV more because, you know, I have an FC. I have a guild that semi-depends on me to be there. And, you know, sometimes I'm not feeling it, or sometimes I have the show, and the show is work, and work has to come first. So, you know, it's always a little tough. It's always a little tough. Blossom says, congrats on finishing big task. Always feel good. Yeah, the financial reports generally take me about an hour to write, and the one today took me about 3 hours to write. No, maybe not that long. Maybe about 2.5 hours. Yeah, about 2.5 hours. Because there was just a lot to talk about, man. There was, you know, I had to summarize the entire year, get my graphics together, do my tallies, and so on and so on. What really surprised me is the channel made less money this year than it did last year. Not by much. It was almost equal. But it did make a little less this year. And that's, again, that adds into the calculations we have to take as business people and just having a life, because it's like, you know, why should I continue to do the channel when it's making so little money, you know? And the easy answer is it shouldn't just be about the money, but the more nuanced part of that problem is it shouldn't be, but it is because of capitalism. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, I've got to pay my bills. So, but anyway, forget it. You know, I'm doing my best. We got Monster Rancher here, and hopefully I can keep this going for a while, you know? Let's see. Brigadine was a great monster creature game, but it's not exciting to stream. I have not heard of that one. The Jade Cocoon series is a cult classic monster breeder game. Haven't heard of that one either. Pokemon with Rancher fusions. That's interesting. Heard a lot of good things about Jade Cocoon. I mean, shoot, we can... I mean, I'm always looking for a new project. We can always stream a game and see what happens. Whoops. Actually, that's one thing I'm trying to do more with the streams. I want to get to a point where I try new games on streaming Sundays. And if it's really good, we can continue it. And if it's not really good, then who cares? It was a one-off streaming Sundays, so... Let's see. This year won't be a down year with the popularity of Monster Rancher. You've got a year to figure out how to keep the numbers. Yeah, but I also don't have the money to keep it up the whole year, is my whole problem. I mean, hopefully, you know, hopefully 2021 turns out better. I mean, 2022 turns out better. Hell, that thing that's going around may keep everyone in their houses again. And what with the Omicron variant and such. So maybe us YouTubers will suddenly get a bigger break or whatever. I don't friggin' know. All I can do is keep working and hopefully put out good stuff, you know? Let's see. Kindred Fate is a Monster Tamer game in development, not really like Pokemon or Monster Rancher. Interesting. Fossil Fighter was a lot of fun. All these games I've never heard of, which is cool. Like that's the downside, that I don't really pay attention to any I don't pay attention to the gaming news and the hype trains and stuff. That when something really good comes out, it completely flies under my radar. Okay, you can stop that shit. That'd be great. I mean, that didn't do any damage to me, but that's still annoying that you drained my guts that much. I'm gonna have to start shit-kicking you at 20 seconds regardless of what my gut situation is. Cracker. Oh! Ah! Well. I think I'm winning, but not by much. Now I'm definitely winning. Good dodge. Alright, Kale. You have to start shit-kicking him here in a second. Alright, go. Shit-kick him. Kick. Kick. Good dodge. Kick. Kick. Should I feel worse that I just won by just shit-kicking the triple animal with his little feeties? You know what? Let's just not think about it. Let's just move on with our tournament. Fossil Fighters is Pokemon, but with dinosaurs? That sounds fucking rad. I also want to play Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is not like Pokemon with dinosaurs, unless you make a fighting pit. And I will neither confirm nor deny that usually the first thing I do when playing Jurassic World Evolution is make a fighting pit. You heard some news about Dragon Creek? Or the dev? Yeah, you can post it here, since we're on the subject. Oh god, where'd all my guts go? Did you sing at me, you little shit? And kick your ass. As soon as I can. I hate you. I hate you with every fiber of my being. Alright, I think I'm gonna just have to try to shit kick as soon as he does anything. Oh, that's just got a really high chance to hit. Alright. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to go cheap on the moves. Oh, Kale, come on, this is not the time. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, because I need to land something. Okay, there we go. Now we can switch to the kicks, because we can afford to risk doing more expensive moves. Alright, get in his face. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're good now. What an asshole. Silent Hawk says, oh, speaking of tournaments, I saw the Mr. Moose Bones one. Finally, Panini got robbed. Ah, yeah, he did alright. Like, if I had had a little bit more time, like, the maximum stats you could have had was 2,000 for his tournament. If I had had more time, I would have no-rested Panini. Because remember, when we made Panini, he was not intended to be in that tournament. I was actually going to make a Power Pixie for my own amusement, but I never got it done. I didn't have enough time. And Panini had the highest numbers of any of my frozen monsters. If I had known I was going to use Panini, I would have made a separate save, unfrozen him, and then put more points into his life or his accuracy, or maybe both. And I think he could have done a little bit better, because he was 100. I'm gonna say he was 170 points down, and that was enough to make a difference. 50 points into accuracy, and then the rest into his life. 120 more hit points. He would have been okay. He would have made a go of it. Oh shit! Reknin got wrecked. So, you know, Panini did very well for the fact that he was not no-rested, that I was still, like, at the time I made him, I was still remembering how to even play Monster Rancher 2. You know, and that I'm in a tournament with people who actually do care about the meta. You know, it's a whole thing, man. It's he did well. I'm proud of Panini, and he's also Panini was the cutest monster in that tournament, and no one can at me with that shit. He was a good boy, and he was a little train, and I love him. So, yeah. He placed 5th in the tournament, but he placed 1st in all of our hearts. If we do a Discord tournament, we'll do a Discord tournament. We will absolutely do a Discord tournament. I wanted to do one earlier. I haven't been able to arrange it. Like, the last couple months have been bad. Just time-wise and stress-wise and, like, well, I mean, depression-wise. Like, I just have not been in a good place the last 2 months. Really, it extends back to July when I had to start working for IGN Entertainment again. Oh, and just no one takes that word out of context. IGN itself did not make me sad. It was the reasons behind that I had to deal with IGN that made me sad. And that hasn't fully gone away since it happened. So, and it probably won't. It probably never will unless this channel suddenly starts making 10,000 to 15,000 a year. The fuck? Oh, he got the attack off. It's like, that's a weird animation for the kick. All right, there we go. Keep shit kicking him. Yes. Shit kick the monkey. All right. There. Good job, Kale. When in doubt, shit kick a monkey. And his nose probably honks. Exactly. Not Kale. Not Kale. Panini. Panini's the bestest boy. He's a good little train who tried very hard. Could I do a stream where I showcase my monsters versus my fans? Oh, yeah! Dude, that sounds amazing. Yeah, we could totally do that. That's a really good idea, actually. I could be like, it's Panini versus the world, so... And then I limit your points to, like, a little higher than Panini. So Panini was, like, an 1857. So I'd be like, alright, you can enter any monster you want. He can only have a maximum of 1,900 points, and then we'll just do a gauntlet. That's actually a really good idea. I should actually do that, because that would give me a lot of content. Ooh, I'm going to have to think about the details of that one. Ooh. Ah, Ginergy. Ginergy, you have unlocked a bit of my brain. IGN is good. I understand what you're saying, Rakunda, but I've been on the other side of that. So, like, it used to ruffle my feathers whenever someone was accused of paying me off, because I'm not. I am very much not paid for anything I do or say with IGN. For me, though, like, over the last year, I haven't done reviews for IGN for about a decade, but I did... I'm a strategy guide writer, and I did the strategy guide for Scarlet Nexus, Tales of Arise, Disco Elysium, and something else. And that's what... No, it was just those three, and then they... And then, yeah, they had some administrative issues. Anyway, yeah, I'm mainly a strategy guide writer. Actually, Scarlet Nexus was so damn good, and I've talked so much good things about it. I keep wanting to do Scarlet Nexus for the show. I don't think I could make a full series of it without going completely insane, but for streams, maybe I should do Scarlet Nexus. Maybe I should stream Scarlet Nexus. Because if I do 3 to 4 hour streams of Scarlet Nexus, we'd be done in about 15 to 20 streams. Yeah, I should do Scarlet Nexus. I kept saying that all of last year after I played it. Scarlet Nexus, fucking amazing game. So good. So good last year. Not game of the year in my opinion. The most interesting game of last year was Inscription, which I did do an 11-hour stream on my Discord from start to finish of Inscription. That game, whoo boy, that's a trip. Freaking loved Inscription. But Scarlet Nexus was a close second. So, it's very enjoyable. Oh, God. Okay, Kale, you're going to have to start fighting back in a second. Oh, that did nothing. All right. Kick him. Good. Again, forget the guts difference. Just, yeah, okay, now wait. Let him lose some guts. All right, kick him. Good job. That's what we needed. Just had to take a hit or two. Casey's mod stream? Yeah, when Casey's mod is done, I may stream that for the show. Because it's damn good. That is actually a really good idea to do Casey's mod. What's my relation with IGN? I am a freelance writer with IGN Entertainment. I have done reviews in the past, and that was interesting because I was chewed out and I was accused of being paid off, which bothered me. But I mean, I can tell you the truth, but no one wants to hear it. Like, as a freelancer, I am paid a flat amount to write whatever I'm writing. And the problem with that is when you have different people with different standards, that also means different people are going to try harder than others. So, for example, I shouldn't say this, and I'm going to be vague enough that I should not get into trouble. No, you're not participating in a tournament next week. There is a writer who has a different standard than I do, and this writer got to a boss, and the writer, it was in an RPG, and the writer's strategy that they put on their strategy guide was, you should be level 18 by this point, so you should be fine. That's it. No talk about what the boss's attacks were. No talk about different strategies you could use. No talk about your ideal team makeup. No talk about what skills you should be using against this boss. All they wrote was, you should be level 18, so you should be fine. And that writer got paid the exact same amount of money I did when I write like 10 paragraphs of strategy information. So that's the problem with IGN, but it's not just IGN. It's any company that uses freelancers and doesn't have extreme standards or minimum standards with what they require. In fact, I was told that I work too hard for IGN by my IGN contact. My IGN contact, who I will not name, has said that, like, they are similar to me, where we both have a mentality of, do you want it done right or do you want it done fast? The thing is, when you pay a flat amount and you don't care, then the people who go fast are the ones who are valued more because they pump out more work. But the ones who do it right, like me, you're going to read my guides. My guides will not make you want to click off, because if you read my guide, you will know how to beat the game I'm writing about. Because I will go over it multiple times to make sure I'm correct. So, you know, and that doesn't mean I'm always right. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. All I'm saying is when I write, I'm going to help you. I'm not going to tell you you'll be level 18, you should be fine. So, holy shit. Anyway, so my relationship with IGN is I wound up getting out of writing. I actually, the last year, I didn't even write strategy guides. I misspoke. I did video capturing for strategy guides. So I played the game. I had to play it well. I had to edit around loading screens and mistakes and that kind of thing, and show strategies that worked. But that was the end of it. I didn't do any other writing. When I wrote reviews, I did make several mistakes early in my review writing, and that made me better. Like, the negative feedback, when it was respectful, made me better because I tried to take some of that good criticism into the way I wrote. The problem is I did get a lot of negative critique, and because I'm writing for IGN, there are certain things I couldn't say. Like, for example, I distinctly remember one year, I did the reviews for 2 Sims expansions. It was, I think, Sims 3, their holiday one, and then Sims 3, their pets one. And they like came out within a month of each other. And in the review, I wrote, with both expansions being so light, I don't understand why EA didn't just combine them into one. But that's a little disingenuous because I know why they didn't combine them into one. They wanted more money. But we can't say that. We can't accuse IGN, or we can't accuse EA of being greedy, even though every fucking gamer in the world knows EA is greedy. But we are not allowed to write it because then EA is going to get mad at us being IGN, and not give us their games anymore. So, you know, what am I supposed to do? And there was a comment in that review that's like, I know why EA didn't do both at once. And I'm like, yeah, I do too. I'm just not allowed to say it. And it's very frustrating. But even with the reviews, I was paid a flat amount of money. I'll even tell you how much it was because it's not relevant anymore. We were paid $100 per review. And then there was one that I was paid $150 for. But I was given the fee before I even touched the game. So it did not matter whether we wrote a good review or a bad review or whatever. My fee was $100 for most of my reviews and $150 for one specific review. And that one specific review was not an EA game. It was because IGN had increased its flat rates. And that's the way it is for strategy guide writing too. There is a flat rate right now. If you are an IGN freelancer, you will get a certain amount of money no matter how long the guide takes you and no matter how big the game is. And there have been times where the guide, when I break it down per hour, I've made about $25 an hour. And there are some guides where I made about $5.20 per hour once I broke it down. Same flat amount, but it's because they didn't price it based on how big the game was. And I don't think they do still. So, $100, wow, did they at least pay you otherwise, or just the 100? No, just the 100, because we're freelancers. Like, freelancers are not respected very much. So it's, well, they give me the game for free. I'm actually surprised you guys think that's low, but yeah, $100 for a review. That's it, period. That's it. That's the start and end of the relationship. And we have to pay the taxes out of that $100 because they don't hold the taxes for us. So it's not very much. It's part of the reason I don't write reviews for IGN anymore, especially when we get such bad negative feedback about being paid off to get the review done. Because the company behind the review isn't going to know who's... It's not like they contact EA and they say, okay, Electronic Arts, John Michael is going to be writing the review for SimCity 2013. Here's his email address. Like, they don't know. They don't know. EA sends IGN a free copy of the game, and then IGN sends that free copy to me, and then I play it, and then I write about it, and then IGN gives me a check. Like, that is the entire work loop of IGN Entertainment. And it's that way for strategy guides too. We agree in principle to how much it's going to be, what game it's going to be, and then they send us the game, which can mean just a code. You know, they might send us a Steam code, which we redeem, and then we play and we write, and then they send us a paycheck. Like, that's it. There's very little discussion between freelancers and IGN. Unless there are problems. There was a lot of discussion for me because last year was the first time I ever got into their video editing. And so I was having to try to catch up on how IGN expects their stuff. So the first project, which was Scarlet Nexus, that took a lot of time because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I had to make everything to IGN standards. But then the second game, which was Tales of Arise... Yeah, Tales of Arise. That one didn't take me very long, because by then I was like, okay, I know what you guys need. So play, record, edit, done, upload. Got it. You know. Now I kind of wish you were paid by EA for a good review. I appreciate that. That's really funny. But yeah, man, I mean, that's why, like, you know, I'm not seriously offended or anything like that when I'm accused of being paid off, because I get it. I get it, because we've all played we've all read reviews that seemed way better than the game should have been, and we've all played reviews that were way worse than they probably should have been. So I totally get it, and I know it's mainly a meme, and very few people take it seriously. However, that's why it kind of rankles me, because I'm like, if I was paid off for a review, why am I eating ramen instead of friggin' filet mignon? So, do I make more money now editing videos? Yes, a lot. The amount of money that we are paid for video editing is significantly higher than for the reviews. I can't say how much it is, and I actually owe them a project. So I will be doing another video capture at some point this year. I just don't know when. And honestly, I have to be careful because saying all this might get me blacklisted. But the thing with IGN is I've been with them since 2003. And as much as I want to stick with them, I've had better jobs. And IGN used to be a better company. So, you know. And if that phrasing gets me blacklisted, then fair enough. The good thing about being a freelancer is we're not beholden to them. Like, I do not have to generally sit here and blow sunshine up IGN's ass. And IGN knows their own weaknesses too. But also don't forget that IGN's been owned by like 4 companies since 2003. So they've had different management turnovers. They've had their own controversies. I was in 3 to 4 different departments, combined. I've been there a while. So, you know, it's a different company than it was in 2003. Better or worse, I don't know. But it is what it is. So, I feel like IGN has a tendency to put people on projects they probably shouldn't be on. That's possible. One of the things with IGN... Wow, this has just turned into the IGN stream. One of the things with IGN is oftentimes freelancers are asked what they're interested in. But even freelancers might take a game they don't care about just to get the money for it. I always tried my best, but I will be the first to admit that when I've gotten certain games, I didn't try as hard as other games. A good example is a game called Lost Odyssey. That was an RPG on the Xbox 360. It was made by some of the same developers who made the original Final Fantasies. Lost Odyssey is a phenomenal game. It's also massive. It took me 130,000 words to write. It is the biggest guide I've ever written. Conversely, there's Madden 20, which was identical and basically identical to Madden 19. So for most of that guide, I copy-pasted it. And they didn't care. And I didn't care. So... So, you know, I didn't try very hard on that one. But I still wanted to make sure I was accurate. However, yeah, I plagiarized myself, which is legal. You can't really actually plagiarize yourself. But I mean, if EA is going to just update their game with a few roster changes, why shouldn't we just update our guide with a few roster changes and call it a day? So, you know, and then there were games like, I did a strategy guide on Mario Baseball for the GameCube. I don't even remember what the title of that game was. And that one could have been better. I just didn't care. But I still tried I tried as best as I could have, given everything that was going on in my life at that point. Should I have taken the project? Maybe, maybe not. But generally now, IGN also asks us what we want to do, which is very nice. Because I could have asked them, hey, do you have a guide writer for Monster Rancher 2DX? Hey, do you have a guide writer for Evil Genius 2? I'm good at those games. I'll do the guide, standard amount. But, those are the games I'm passionate about. The reason I don't do that, though, is when I do IGN work, almost always the game stops being fun for me. Tales of Arise was not that fun for me. It's an okay game, but it just wasn't super great. And so I probably could have done better, but like once I finished Tales of Arise, I'm like, I'm never going to play this again. And so I imagine writing it was probably, you know, if you weren't super into Tales of Arise, it might have been a little tough. But, you know, that's kind of the risk you take as a freelancer. All right, I am AMAing. Sorry, go ahead and ask me more questions about IGN if you want. I'm going to try to get back to what I'm doing. Sorry for anyone not interested in IGN. I probably lost 90% of the... Nope, we actually gained viewers during that. Holy shit. You know. Oh, Errantry. Right? That's what I was going to do, because I think there was an ad for Errantry. That's why I gave him the nuts oil. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so I want to put him on... Wait, what's your numbers? Hold on a minute. Skill, because I want his accuracy to 500, so... Yeah. There you are. Haha. Okay, cool. So anyway... Yeah, man. And the other thing with IGN is I thought about trying for them. Like, when I first started with IGN, I was like, oh, man, maybe I can get with them permanently. And the longer I've been with IGN, the less I want to be with them permanently. Because that would also mean moving to San Francisco, which is the most expensive city to live in the United States. At least the contiguous United States. I'm like, I don't want to fucking deal with that amount of money. Fuck that. I'd rather live in Ohio. Because, like... You know, I could own a house easily in Ohio for as much as they paid for you to get an apartment in San Francisco. Fingers crossed none of the new viewers work for IGN. That's what I said. Because, like, the thing with IGN is most of them are pretty cool about it, and, like, they know they're not perfect. So that's helped. My current contact is very much that. In fact, early on, because I hadn't worked with him prior to last year, early on in our relationship, I told him, like, you know, I'm a straight shooter. I do the job as best as I can, but I'm also not going to go crazy above and beyond, you know, because you guys don't pay me enough for it. I didn't say that, but it was like, you know, you have to know where to draw the line. I just kind of wanted to establish early on in the relationship that, like, as much as I will do my best, I have no interest in, you know, becoming an all-star with IGN. And plus, I've seen some of the people they consider all-stars, and I don't want to be that. So, no one wants to live in San Francisco right now. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, if IGN ever were to blacklist me, I would be sad, but I've been there for almost 20 years. I've been with them. It's like... You know, my passion is gone from IGN. I'll do it for the money, but, you know, it's been a long time since I've had a lot of passion with them. Let's see, you could have a nice house most places outside of Cali or New York. Exactly. I mean, there are houses here in Ohio that are like 60, 70, 80, 90,000. It's like you'll never get anything that low in San Francisco. That shit would buy you like maybe half a bedroom. All right, here's your nuts oil. I guess what I should do, even though I'm not doing a no rest, I should like keep some nuts oils and some mint leaves around just in case. Like Spike for Nisi? Yes, hit those like buttons for Nisi. She decided that I wasn't getting up and getting her breakfast quickly enough for her today, so she kept biting my fingers and my phone. She started eating my phone case, and I'm like, all right, I get it. Hold on, let me get up. When I finally started getting up, she, like, jumped off my body and sprinted into the kitchen just to stare at me. Like, all right. I know you're hungry, little one. Didn't stop her from screaming at me, but, you know. Kitties are gonna scream. And she screams so cute. Stop giving me drugs, Auntie. I don't want your stupid drugs. Give me nuts oil. Thank you. Alright, we'll do a double train on... we'll just do shoot, because it's still not up to 500 yet. Can't find a studio in San Francisco for less than $3,500 a month. That sounds high, but I'm like, I wouldn't put it past it. Like, the last time I spoke to one of my old IGN contacts, they were telling me the studio that they lived in was like $1080 a month. And I'm like, at $1080 a month, you could own a fucking mansion in Ohio. It's bananas. Like, the cost of living is ridiculous out there. Don't you understand? We don't own cats, they own us. You are correct, Dynasty Girl. Also, hello, Dynasty Girl. I did see that you asked how I was doing today. I am doing okay. I'm certainly doing better than the last time I played Monster Rancher. I feel better. I'm still not 100%, but I feel better. Angry Drunken German says my Bengals just broke my Kansas City. I'm not a Bengals fan. How dare you, sir? I'm a Steelers fan. Which, don't mute him, the Akamura. Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan. We are Steelers fans. We're very sad right now as well. Our hearts are broken. Especially since Ben Roethlisberger retired, essentially, on Sunday. I mean, he hasn't, but he will. Sunday was his last home game, so... Yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Finding around here in Atlanta, mortgage is cheaper than rent. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Right now, the entire housing market's all weird. Even in Ohio, it'd be cheaper for me to get a house than to continue renting this one-bedroom apartment. It's very strange, but like because I'm a Let's player, banks consider me excessively high risk and won't give me a housing loan or anything like that. So it's weird, man. It's weird. That's another reason why I may have to get a more conventional job. Just because it's kind of messy right now. So price of houses is the reason I left. MD, is that Maryland? It's been a hot minute. I think that's Maryland. But yeah, I can imagine. I imagine the coasts are bad. The coasts are unpleasant. Send him on Errantry. Did I get the notice for a new Errantry? Or for a discount? No, he's not on discount. It's fine. I'll be alright. Yeah, honestly, if we get power to 3, or if we get power to 400, then we'll be good for a while, so... He should be alright in the next official tournament. For as much as I like games I can't get into sports, makes me wonder if I'd participate in Monster Rancher monster battles or monster taming games, or just reality. I mean, maybe. Nothing wrong with that, though. I know that I'm unusual, because, like, it's not often that you get someone who's both nerdy and also into sports, even though, like, fantasy football and that kind of thing, that's just D&D, but for jocks. But there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you know, your personality is what it is. Like, even Lena, one of my mods, didn't get sports until she went to Japan and she could feel, like, the passion of the crowd. And being there live is always a different beast. It's always a different beast. But that's okay, too. Like, personally, I like the concept of sports, but there are also some sports I like better than others. Like, American football, I will watch just about anyone playing it. Whereas, if you sat me down in front of a cricket match, I would probably pass out very quickly. Because I don't like cricket. But I really like baseball and American football. And I like soccer, association football. Unfortunately, that's just not as televised around here, but, ah, shit. I should have stayed close. Okay, so... Oh, God! Okay. Alright, guess we're not quite ready yet, then. Holy shit, I don't think that's exactly representative of this class. I don't think that's fully representative of this class. I hope not, because if it is, Kale's in serious trouble. I may have to get his defense up. Go ahead, Akamura. Oh. The Akamura did not have enough ingredients for a full spaghetti recipe, so she tried to make do, but she is struggling with her spaghetti right now. That's alright, Akamura. At least you're getting the nutrients you need. Painful nutrients. There we go. Yes, shit kick the plant. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, that's how I eat nachos. Nachos are just the cheese delivery system. If I could just hook up nacho cheese to, like, a cake piping thing, just squeeze it directly into my mouth, that would be how I would eat nacho cheese. Holy shit. Anyway, Epsilon did cheat with messing with Kale's circuits. What an asshole. When you get down to it, D&D and the NFL are both about competition, just in different forms. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, you know, sports are just any other game. I mean, you know, for the same reason I don't get into Call of Duty is probably the reason a lot of gamers don't get into sports. And that's okay. You don't have to be into everything. I just happen to be in both sports and gaming. It's very interesting too, because Squirrel Hog was here just a bit ago. I don't know if Squirrel Hog is still here. Squirrel Hog is like me, both into sports and gaming, and has suggested before that I do more sports games on the channel. And I think that would actually have gone over like 7 years ago when the channel was young and still trying to find its identity. And the entire problem, though, is that I didn't do sports from the beginning. So now, if I were to just stream Madden for a week, most of you guys wouldn't show up. And if we did get any new people, then they would see this Monster Rancher evil genius stuff on my channel and be like, why the fuck should I watch this guy? He doesn't play everything I like. So that is one unfortunate thing, that early on in the channel's history, I just kind of took it in the nerdy direction. Not intentionally. It was just what I happened to want to play that day. And it kind of dictated what would be acceptable and not acceptable for the show from then on. So it's just interesting how that works, you know? Let's see. Let's speed you up again. I enjoy casual competitive, but not bloodlust. I like team building games like Ark or Monster Rancher. Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, it also can depend on who you play with. Like Soul and I, we are playing Monster Rancher. Fuck me. Soul and I are playing Football Manager, which is soccer football, but you are the coach of a team. And it's just numbers. There's very little graphically. It's all about finding the best players around the world, training them properly, getting the right tactic for your team, examining their traits to maximize their chance of victory, and then coaching them in soccer matches. And, like, I love it. And I think Soul was having a good time with it. But it would also be very, very difficult to stream. So, you know, unless the entire channel was based around it in the first place. So it's a very strange, like, kind of identity that I've made the channel, but, you know, it's the one I've picked. So the good news is that means there's a lot of variety. Like, if someone's ever bored enough and they're like, Pyro, stream some FIFA, I'll be like, okay. We'll stream some FIFA. I'm not good at it, but we'll stream some FIFA. Hey, good job, Kale. Keep it going, buddy. Let's see. Time-lapse remixes they put out for all the... Wait. I love me some manager sports games. Oh, I have to step through a few bits of the chat. I love the Square Enix delayed the release of Final Fantasy VI to make sure it's something the fans will like. We might do a third run of Final Fantasy VI. I haven't decided. I'm definitely buying that game. The Pixel remake of Final Fantasy VI. I'm definitely buying it. I just don't know if I'll do it. Because we've done it twice now, and there's not really anything I can add to the streams other than having the Akamura sing the opera for a third time. But Final Fantasy IV brought literal tears to my eyes, and I felt 5 was more rockish in comparison? What? Rockish? Rockish? Yeah, I'm not sure what that means exactly. But, that said, we do want to do 4. So, our current plan, actually, when we did Earthbound, like, the Akamura's time is even more limited than mine. And the way we had to do Earthbound was we recorded whenever we could, and then when we had enough episodes to put out, I put them all out. I want to do Final Fantasy IV the same way, because she's never seen Final Fantasy IV. And I maintain 4's story might be one of the better ones. It might rival Final Fantasy VI's in my eyes. And that should tell you something, because Final Fantasy VI is my favorite game, full stop. For me, 6 is more of the sum of its parts. But, like, I think 5's combat is better than 6. And 4's story comes damn close to 6. And that would be a fun one to play with the Akamura, since she's never seen it before. So that is something that I want to do. We just have to... She and I have to get on the same page and do it, because, like, she was off the last 4 days, but she's been trying to help me through my depression and my mental problems, and, you know, we spent a day playing Factorio, which is something else I needed to do just to rest for a week. So, I don't know when we'll have a chance, but I do want to do that one for the show. For sure. Although, if I do 4, I'm going to have to decide whether to do the weird Polygon remake or the original, like, sprite art. And I don't know which one I would do. 5 is more fun than 4, but 4 has a better story. 100% agree with that. 5's combat is fucking awesome. 5's combat feels like a Final Fantasy Tactics game almost. There's just a ton of customization in there. That's why, like I said, I even like 5's combat better than 6. I think 6 is more smooth, but 5 is just better overall. But the story in 5 is garbage. It's so boring and generic. Also, the thing with 5, I actually am doing 5 randomly for Discord streams. I just haven't done it in a while. And there's a plot point where they smash 2 planets together, but it just makes a third planet instead of, you know, killing everybody, which was very ridiculous. That was when I really couldn't take 5's story seriously. Come on, fight out of it, Kale. You got this, buddy. Yeah! Bonk. Oh, God, that is a big Suezo. Oh, but he's not very good. So, hopefully we kick his ass. Okay! Come on, Kale. That was pretty good. That was even better. Yeah, just punch him in the eyeball. Just punch him in the pupil. The Pixel remasters are now the versions to play. I never played 1 and 2. I mean, the Pixel remasters. I haven't played 1 and 2. Did they ever did they, is 4's Pixel remaster out? Because if 4's Pixel remaster is out, that should be the one to do. I'm gonna wait until I get the answer on that one. But, yeah. With 6, like, I'm kind of... 6 was an interesting lesson because, so, for those who don't know, Final Fantasy VI came out in like 93 or 94, and then they did the Advance re-releases for like Game Boy Advance, which then they reported into the remasters. And what they did was they added a dungeon, and they added like 4 super monsters, and they added a special boss, and they added a gauntlet mode, and they did some quality of life fixes. And it wasn't enough to change the game, but it was certainly like more stuff. Like the final dungeon of Final Fantasy VI that they added is like a 3 to 5 hour dungeon. So they've already announced that for the Pixel remaster, they're taking all of those back out. So they're only going to have, like, what was originally in Final Fantasy VI. And I saw a review, or a preview, that was like, it's baffling that they put the special dungeons in, and now it's equally baffling that they're taking them out. And when I read that, I'm like, wow, you can't make anybody happy. It was kind of a nice moment for me as a content creator, because I'm like, wow, no matter what I do, someone's going to get real pissed off about my decision. So maybe I shouldn't worry about it, and I should just make content the way I want to make it, and let the chips fall where they may. So, it is what it is. Okay, so you need to rest, because you just got back from Errantry. 1 through 5 are out. Okay. So yeah, I should do the 4 pixel remaster then. Because the graphics for 4's polygonal remaster is a bit weird. I remember Akamura saw the antlion, I think, from 4's polygonal remake, and she wanted to cry and run out of the room. So, I get it. Hello, Lil Sendog. Thank you for joining the stream. Last night I swear I generated the same 3 monsters over and over. I understand. I totally feel that. Ah, you're squalling me on the power. Blossom's Falling with another donation. Thank you very much. Gotta go for a bit. Be back later if you're still alive. Have monies. Aw, thank you, Blossoms. You're the best. You're keeping me in business right now. Chips fall with all heads up? What? I don't think I've ever heard that part of the phrase. 1 remaster is amazing. 2 is 2. Fair enough on that one. 3 is a lot of fun, like 5, but more frustrating. Yeah, that's the thing with, like, I never played the original 3, because they made the new one for the DS, and that's the one that got ported to Steam, so I don't think anyone in the US got to play, like, the original Pixel Final Fantasy 3. So I might get that just to complete my collection, to be honest. But yeah, 3 is basic. 3 introduced the job system but didn't implement it very well, and it is exceptionally grinding and farmy, even for JRPGs back then. It is exceptionally grindy and farming and repetitive and obnoxious. Which is why I don't particularly care for 3. It's like 3, I saw what they were trying to do, and certainly for their time, the job system was very good. The theory behind it was very good, but it didn't result in a really good product, in my opinion. Holy shit. Windmill arms. I need to get accuracy back over power, so... Oh, God. What do you mean, retire it? Shut your mouth, Colt. We're not retiring anything. God damn it. Ah, damn it. No. Kale is so close to getting me to the A class. You shut your whore mouth, Colt. We're gonna fucking push this. God damn it. I hate you. Alright. Shit. Spud defense. Spud defense. Do spud defense. Ugh. Alright. Wow. Never mind. Don't do spud defense anymore. Oh shit, this was the official tournament? Oh crap, I should have... Oh. You know what? Fuck it. We're trying it. Do it. Do the official tournament. We don't have time for you not to do the official tournament. Fucking win so then I can get my hot springs. What's Kale's intelligence? Like 120? It's not very good. We'll know in just a second here. Let me turn off fast forward. Oh my god. 140. Yeah, not very good. I mean, Kale is where I want him as far as the general ratio goes. But yeah, he needs some help, man. Oh god. Man, I have eaten so many shots. He's really having trouble dodging. I didn't realize my accuracy was this good. I think I should just shit kick him when or if my guts are significantly higher than his. Because now I have to go aggressive since he's already got me wounded. Kick, 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 kick. There we go. That's how to win. Yeah, fuck you. The 2D, 3D remake of Dragon Quest III is amazing. I have never finished a Dragon Quest. I always wanted to finish 9? Was that the one on the DS? Where you're an angel or whatever? Think so. I never finished a Dragon Quest. I've always liked them. I even got Dragon Quest Builders too, and I never finished it. Akamura finished it. She also had very naughty things to say about Malroth. Akamura. Yes. I am calling you out in public. Look, I will be more than happy to admit I liked Malroth's abs, but you said very naughty things about him. No, because I don't remember the details of most of what you said. I think my brain bleached itself. Holy crap! Wow, Kale. No, I didn't remember that one, Akamura. Please tell me that wasn't picked up. Are you going to say it directly into the microphone? No, I won't stop you. You're going to scare off my audience, our audience. No, probably not. No, I'm not baiting you. Right now, I'm just doing my tournament, Akamura. Eat your spaghetti, Akamura. Uh-huh. I'm not baiting you. Holy crap. Anyway, Tencent is making a monster taming game? Yeah, I'll pass on Tencent. What? Yeah, this is on YouTube. Yeah, please don't get me demonetized on YouTube. Now that I've changed my mind about retiring, I kind of need to, you know, stay on YouTube's good graces here. That is disgusting and really funny. Yes, Dragon Quest IX is the angel one. Thank you, as a Thoth. Yes, I started it like 3 times. My my problem with Dragon Quest IX, as it is with basically every game on DSs, and those of you who have been following me a while, you can say it with me. 3DSs hurt my hands, and that is why I cannot play 3DS games. It just physically hurts my hands to play that much. However, that's why I was happy to find a 3DS emulator that works well. Because I've been playing a lot of 3DS games on an emulator. Like, one of my favorite 3DS games is the Fantasy Life. And that game also, it hurts me too much to play. But once I can hook up a PlayStation controller and play it on my whatever inch monitor, 24-inch monitor, then it doesn't hurt my eyes or my hands, and I can play it all day, and I love that game. I think that game would be good for Soul, because Soul, I mean, she already is playing Final Fantasy XIV, and Fantasy Life is basically a one-person MMO. It's super crazy fun. I love it. It might be a little too easy. I could see people not liking it because it's too easy, but it's also made for kids, sort of. But it's a damn good game. It's so good. It actually... I wonder if it is made for kids, because there's a lot of reading in it. Like, way more than what would be in a kid's game. Maybe it's just an easy RPG, I guess. So good. My 3DS snapped in half? Oh, God. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Hopefully that wasn't like... Or was that from, like, just normal wear and tear? Or was it, like... Did something happen to it? Stop stabbing me, you asshole! I will kick you. I have a very high accuracy to kick you. Yeah, let's just stare at each other for a minute. Wow, that did not do as much damage as I was hoping it would. I mean, I guess it did a lot of damage, just by percentage. I'm going to need some help. I need to charge my guts. Okay, now I can't. Now we've got to go for it. Start shit kicking him. Okay, one shit kick was all it took once he got powered up. Fuck yeah, Kale. Hey. Lake Bane and Okami love Fantasy Life. That's awesome. Hello, Bruno. Thank you for joining the stream. This game is part of my infancy. Hope they relaunch the others. Just played this one. Yeah, absolutely. If, you know, I said it earlier in the stream, but if they re-release Monster Rancher 4, like, I will do another run of Monster Rancher 4. If they do 3 by itself, I might buy it just to support Koei Tecmo and send the signal, you know, add my voice to the choir to please release the others. But, like, if 3 and 4 come out together, I'm never going to play 3. 3 was okay. It was okay, and that was all it was. I will be more than happy to just stick with 4 if they ever release 4. But if they do release 4, we will be all about it. That probably if they re-release 4, I'm going to give it the same 8-hour treatment. We'll take a day, we'll plan it out, we'll have all hands on deck, and that'll just be a pizza day, and you can all just spend time with the Pyro and the such. And we can talk about TT and her TTs. I've never finished Fantasy Life. It is a single-player MMO. Yeah, totally. There is a story, and in theory, the final thing happens if you master all 12 jobs, and that will take a hot minute. I always intend to do it, and then I never do. But yeah, now that I have it on my emulator, I can fire that shit up anytime. I should just stream it. I should just stream Fantasy Life sometime because it's so flippin' fun. It's a lot of reading, and that's why, like, for this type of stream, it wouldn't necessarily be good. But I could always stream it in Discord and just skip over the dialogue. Epsilon, my new nemesis. Let's see if we can get vengeance for the last. Okay. Okay, you can stop. Stop fisting me. Come here, you piece of shit. Yeah, I'll shit kick you. I'll shit kick you a second time. Go ahead, do a move. All right, now that my guts are higher, I'm going to shit kick you. Come here. Come here. Damn it. Don't dodge my shit kicks. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna switch to... Ow! Who said you could kick me back? I'll fucking kick you back. Yeah. What do you think about that? Piece of shit. That's right, lick my feet. Okay, so we accomplished our objective. Because that puts me in the A class. That'll give me the 4th... That'll give me the 4th grade, or whatever it's called. And, yeah, man. Oh, he did so good. Good job, Kale. Very well done. Yes. Yes, Soul. That is the Gerboy game, as I have said. She's referring to one of my favorite lines in the game. You have a butterfly companion, and you run into a character who says something to the effect of, like, I'm just a younger boy. And so from then on, the butterfly refers to the character as a Gerboy. which is kind of cute. There's a lot of little cute stuff like that in the dialogue, which is why I don't think the game is exactly made for kids. Not that kids are stupid. You want Grace? Okay. It's only $100. Not that kids are stupid, just that there's a lot of like little subtle nonsense in the lines. But yeah, it's super fun. God, I should play fucking Fantasy Life for the show. I would love to see more Ruin. I made Ruin's sister for Fantasy Life, so it's Ruby. So she's cute. She's just doing her thing. 5th diamond! Now we can get a fun can! Don't call it that. I'll send these 5 marks! Okay. Akamura. So, we're at the 4th rank. I'll bet we're pretty famous already. You'd be surprised. We do have 7,000 subscribers, though, Colt, so it's not bad. I'm here again, young yeah, just shut the fuck up. We're not going to your whole nonsense. Go die in a fire. Kale seems well. Does he? Is he? Let's get to the end of November with him. Need to buy 2 nuts oils now. Let's see. Monster Rancher 4 was also a team effort with both of them commentating. What? Oh, the Akamura and me? Yeah, so part of the reason she didn't want to join me for Monster Rancher 2, she respects the medium that we're doing here, and we've learned hard lessons where, like, if I change things in the middle of a series, then it actually drives the audience away. So because I've always done Monster Rancher by myself, generally speaking, she doesn't join me for them. However, I've told her that with Monster Rancher 2, it's a bit different because these are streams, they're more casual, and I've already beaten Monster Rancher 2 once, so if she wants to join me for this, I don't really care. Save. Yes, that's actually a very good idea. Thank you, Genergy. That is actually a very good idea. Let's hard save real quick. Whoa, not no. There we go. No, not load. But yeah, so, yeah. Let's keep working on accuracy for now. Yeah, the hard save is a good idea just in case Kale drops dead and we didn't expect it. Hopper time. Yes, once we get to November, for sure. We're going to freeze Kale on November 4 and unfreeze. He's still doing really good. His numbers have not slowed down. I really wonder if I should retire him. Because, like, he's doing very well. And I mean, I need to push him as far as I can so when we do eventually combine him with Noodles. Okay, done! What's wrong, Kale? You want this doll, don't you? Yeah, give it to him. Get that thing out of my inventory. Here you go, Kale. Joy, give this to it. It would be cool if we could get another fun can. Colt, you're so childlike. Did you just sigh at Colt the Akamura? Oh, okay. How old is he? He's okay. That's significantly lower than it was. Okay, yeah, he's running out of time. He is 2'11", 2 years 11 months. Hengars do not last a tremendously long amount of time, unfortunately. He's still grading though. As long as he's getting the double digits from. Yeah, it's time to retire him. When he can't even get a double-digit gain from a critical success in a stat he's predispositioned to, he does not have much time left. Alright, so we're gonna freeze you. Oh, let's do codes real quick. Let's do codes. Yeah, let's do codes. So, hold on a hot minute here. Okay. I'm still going to have to make a backup of that save, probably. At some point. Because eventually Panini will be no more, and that will be sad, but we have other monsters, you know? I never trained a worm. Is it any good? Worms are a little touchy. They're not super great, but they live a long time. And worms also have a thing where if you treat them well, they can cocoon, and then after a while the cocoon hatches into another monster, which is then very, very strong. So worms have their place. A worm by itself in a vacuum is okay. Maybe a little bit better than okay. But the strength of worms is not just in them in a vacuum. All right, so here are my monsters. If you guys want to quickly write some stuff down, I'll just kind of sit here for a second. And we'll... oh, I'm not done with Kale. I know it seems like I was, but Kale is very, very close to hitting the next level of accuracy. I'm actually going to push Kale just a little harder once we get our hot springs unlocked. Yes, I heard you, Akamura. So, and okay, so it should be long enough. We've got onions, the sorry fug up, potato, toast, panini, carbonara. Now we'll go to the next 5. Okay, so there's noodles, pizza, Christmas snow cone, Banna splits, and Kale. Obviously, Banna splits kind of sucks. We're gonna pull her out of her. We're gonna pull her out of the freezer eventually and work with her a bit. But doesn't worm become Beekland? They can. In Monster Rancher 2, they can turn into a bunch of different things. I think someone hatched a pixie from a cocoon, which I really didn't want to think about the physics of that, but apparently it was a thing. I could be mixing up games, but I swear that if you cocoon a Beekland, they can turn into other things. Okay, I'm going to drink some Pepsi. Will you guys write down numbers or take screenshots or whatever you want to do? Hashtag not sponsored. Akamura, you're just being cute right now. Oh, I almost missed that. Smenin Smellwig says, on your next monster, get more Gemini pots from the D-class match. If I remember right, isn't that something that was changed, that, like, Gemini pots now stack? Because I think they didn't used to or something like that, and now they do? It's pretty frigging ridiculous. All you need is, like, 4 Gemini pots, and you're going to be good for a while. And I believe... that reminds me of a manga where sometimes boys go into a cocoon and come out as girls. Huh. Fair enough. Alright, so there you have all the codes. Last call for any last second screenshots or whatever you want here. Okay, we are now getting out of here. Gonna reload the game. Not new game. Oh god, not new game. Okay, so we are going to now... nope. We're going to unfreeze Christmas Snocone. Oh, wait, before I do that... Kale had a total of 1753! Holy crap! That might be the second highest, right behind Panini, and he wasn't no-rested. That's friggin' awesome! Alright, anyway. Yeah, we're gonna combine Kale with noodles. Ugh. Gonna make a salad. Alright, come on, Christmas Snocone. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Hate hoppers. Hate them. Hate hoppers. Hate them with a passion. Hate them almost as much as I hate mochis and suezos. Hate it. You're gonna pelvic thrust at me, aren't you? Yep, of course you are. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you immediately pelvic thrust at me? Okay, so we have to... Did I hard save? Yes, I hard saved because I went into the versus mode. So what we're going to be doing is we have to make sure that XmsSnocone has no stress and has no other problems. Oh, are you doing it now? Wow, that was goddamn quick. What's that sound? Wow, that was immediate. Fucking awesome. It stopped, but are you okay? Are you okay? What happened? I don't like the fast-forward pelvic thrusts. No, you didn't excavate that, did you? We have hot springs now. Quack, quack, quack. What is it, Joy? What's this? I'll keep this for now. I can ask the master later. Well, I don't know if great is the proper word to use. Anyway, great old XmsSnocone, you. Colt, did you just have a stroke? I'm gonna say you were just hypnotized by whatever the fuck XmsSnocone is doing at me. Akamura, they're shrinking into tiny pupils and then pointing straight up, obviously. Right? That's why, right? That's why I fucking hate hoppers. Anyway. Pyro and Colt, I heard you excavated hot springs. Yes, Master Pabs. XmsSnocone excavated them. Strange things happen. I'd like to take a dip myself. Obviously without clothing. Yeah, they're over there. I'm gonna not look at you. That was a great bath. I'll visit again. Anytime, I guess. Well, that reminds me, Master Pabs, I found this at the hot springs. Do you know this? Let me see. It says water is or born. What? What? I wonder if we can find more information on this at the lab. Bring this and ask. To the lab. Okay, thank you, Master Pabs. See you later, Pyro and Colt. Let's go to the lab. All right. No, we don't have to worry about the official tournament. Don't worry about it. We're done. We're done with this asshole. All right, we're gonna... Wait a minute. Actually, no. Let's get back to week 4 so I can feed Kale. Oh my god. Well, we finished the objective. I really should stop streaming at this point. I mean, let's finish up all of our tasks, but then we can stop here, and next stream we can combine our two. So, all right, we're gonna head to town, go to the lab. Yes. How can I help you? What? Oh. Okay. Let's freeze XmsSnocone, I guess. And then we will revive Kale for a hot minute. And then we're going to hard save just in case this goes horribly wrong. Okay, back to the ranch. Can you see Pizza's stat total? Yes. Give me a hot second real quick. Let's rest our boy. Who was asking that? Oh, Lakebane. Remind me. Remind me in case I forget. Okay, he likes tablets, so given that this is probably his last act, let's give our boy some tablets. That is one methed out Mogwai. Undine, says Bruno. Yes, that is the whole part of the reason why I wanted the hot springs. If I remember right, the presence of the hot springs also automatically reduces stress and fatigue or whatever. And so that can only help us in the long term. That's why, like, even if you play casual, even if you play casually, a lot of what you want to do is set yourself up early for having better monsters later. So that means, like, your first few monsters need to get money, and then there we go, that's all I wanted. And then you turn that money into upgrading the barn and getting the hot springs and maybe going and getting golden peaches if you're going the intelligence route. And you basically want to set yourself up with cash and success, so then when you make your next monster, whatever your next monster is going to be, they are in the best position to survive and get up there. And in fact, thinking about it, what I should do is our next monster should be the Pixie, and we should look for getting money with her. That way, when we combine Noodles and Kale, we'll have a super Hangar that we can then no rest, and then we will do some damage. Yeah, that's how we'll do this. Alright. Fuck on Deed. You can also get Nighton. You don't see people raise Nightons often. Yeah, I don't even know what a Nighton is. But I did see that's one of the things you get from getting the Undine Slate. So, we may do that. That actually sounds interesting. But for now, Colt, Kale, your job is done. You are finished. We will freeze you. For good this time. And we may have to see if his code changed, because I don't know. And then Pizza's final numbers are that. Pizza was pretty goddamn useless. I probably could have done something, but I wasn't no resting him, and I believe like his nature was worst, so he already wasn't listening to me that much. It didn't turn out very well. Pizza was a lost cause. Nighton is a cool shell guy. It's an Omanite? Oh, that thing? Okay. Kale has 0 junk in his trunk. Yes, he does. Alright, so we're going to do a final hard save here. And we'll head to the title. What, Akamura? Yes. Yes, it is. It's well cleaned. Versus mode. You know what? I think I'm not going to record Spore tonight. Let's just take tomorrow off. I mean, from content. I'll record Spore tomorrow, but I'm getting a headache. Maybe I should just build rockets or whatever the rest of the night. Or even do a Discord stream and do some, I don't know. I'll figure something out. No, I just don't want to work anymore tonight. I'm tired. Alright, so you'll have to tell me if the keys changed. I think it has. That doesn't look familiar. But there's the updated keys for Kale, and possibly for XmsSnocone. I don't know if that was the same key, but there you go. Those are the current keys. Obviously, the first half of them will still be the same. So we have made now 11 monsters. Banana Splits, or Banana Splits, can be our next one. We'll get her up there long enough to get us some cash money, and then we will be in a really good position for combining Kale and Noodles. So I guess, if you want to fight Kale or Noodles, you've got to go quick, because whenever I do another stream, like, you know, it won't be very long before Kale and Noodles are combined, and they'll be taken out of this, out of the freezer for, you know, battling purposes. So there you go. The code does not change when you change a monster's stat or position in the lab. The code only changes when you combine or delete a monster. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Alright, anyway. Well, that's going to do it for today. I'll figure it out. If I do Fantasy Life in Discord, I'll let you all know. It does sound fun, but we'll burn that bridge when we get there. Right now, I just want to take... I need a Tylenol because my head hurts. Anyway, that's going to do it for today here on YouTube. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you again soon, certainly at least Sunday, for another stream. I don't know when we'll do Monster Rancher 2 DX again, but it won't be too long, believe me. I kind of like the idea of doing weekly or bi-weekly Monster Rancher streams, so I'm going to see if I can keep that up. All right, bye everyone. Have a good evening. Take care of yourselves. I love you all. Bye. Bye. Bye.